Radio. Good afternoon. How's everybody? Reset my matches. Oh, I better turn on I do not disturb. Hey, Ben. Barely got sat down. I wasn't ready. This morning, turn on my do not disturb so my phone doesn't ring. Hey, Terry. How are y'all? Ben, you got snow, huh? Did you get snow, Terry? I heard there was snow lots of places in the UK. Ben, I saw your video. Hey, Genghis Khan. Snowing there now? That's what I was just wondering. Snow. How about you, Terry? Not in Cleveland. Huh. Genghis is farther north, but Ben's not. Hey, Sue. It's okay if you missed us. Ooh, you spent the weekend up in Suffolk, huh? I'm going to talk about Suffolk a little bit today. Ben, you just got a small bit. Is it still on the ground, or did the snow disappear? Yeah, I hope you had fun in Suffolk, Sue. I feel like there's a lot to do there, right? I haven't done too much about it. Very cold though, huh, Terry? Probably wind coming in off the sea, huh? I'm guessing, I don't know, but it's cold. It's 22°C here today. I'm sorry, y'all. I mean, at Christmas I kind of want it to be cold, but it's kind of nice. It's 22°C here today. It's sunny. Although it's kind of cloudy right now. 1°C there, Terry. Snow still there, Ben? Thought it would have melted. Might stay in the shady areas for a little while. Still slippery in places. Genghis says, do y'all salt your roads when you get snow? Something we do here in the U.S. No snow in Essex or Suffolk where we were, Sue. That's how Whitby got a lot. They got north, they got more. That's probably pretty normal. But I saw it snowing in Yeovil. Ben posted over on the Facebook group. You have grit in places, but do you put salt down to melt the snow and ice? Or no? Yeah, we get ice. We get sleet and ice, and then the roads become just one big skating rink. So they salt them. Salt melts everything, but it gets on your car. It's kind of gross. They mix salt with sand. Up north, when I've lived up north, they just use pure salt, man. They have to. Get out early in the morning, start salting on the roads. They salt them before, but the ice we get in Dallas is bad. The roads were gritted. Is that got salt when you say gritted? Does that mean it's got like salt sand mix maybe? Or does it just mean like you put some grit down? Salt's bad for the cars, really. But it does work. So I put out that, we're talking about weather. Yes, salt, Terry says. We're talking about weather. You know, June sent me a buy me a coffee request, and I just put it straight out. So I bypassed the members only. I might have to do that on buy me a coffee request because they're paying straight up. And so I put it right in. I put it out yesterday. I'm going to talk about it today. Did y'all see that video, Britain's storm from 1963? I didn't know anything about it. but June sent it to me. And says, yeah, the grit salt trucks normally go out when it's like that. And you put a bit by your door so you don't slip over. That's what we do too. We don't have it that bad here. I have lived in the north where, yeah, you gotta salt your sidewalks, you gotta shovel your sidewalks. If you're a good neighbor, you shovel the sidewalk in front of your house, everybody down the street does it, and then y'all all have a clear sidewalk. Y'all call them sidewalks? No, y'all call them, I think y'all call them something else. I can't remember now. Try to get the terminology right. What do y'all call sidewalks? Maybe y'all do call them sidewalks. I don't know. Yeah, too young for that snowstorm, Terry says. It looked crazy. Pavement, you call them just, that's the pavement. Ben says. Yeah, we call them sidewalks. So yeah, we all, in the north, everybody shovels their pavement out front. So then you have a clear one all the way down the street. Then you got one neighbor that doesn't do it. It just sucks. Like, now you, all of a sudden, you can't walk all the way through. You gotta climb over the snow. Nobody likes that neighbor. But that's up north. Down here, we just get mostly ice storms. And so you can't shovel that. You gotta just salt it. They're mowing across the street. They're not even mowing. There ain't nothing to mow. Just running their machines. Can y'all hear? Just running their machines over grass that's not growing. That's another thing. Y'all don't say lawn. I don't think y'all say garden. We'll say yard or lawn. I don't know if y'all say lawn. A garden in the U.S. is where you grow food. That's what we call garden for the most part. Year 4 when that winter, snow on a memory suit. Yeah, I can't remember when I was 4. Maybe I can remember back to like 5 or 6. Some things. I moved around a lot as a kid, so I can usually remember places like, oh, I lived there for two years. I remember it when I was 5 and 6. So, but yeah, that storm, huh? And that video, you know, June sent it to me. I was like, okay, it's a buy me coffee. Always happy to do it. You weren't even born, Genghis. But I was like, yeah, no one's going to watch this. It's weather related. I put out weather ones before. Doesn't get a lot of attention. But everybody's watching that video. Which leads me to what I'm going to talk about some today. This brainstorming ideas, what's next on my channel. I never know what's going to get watched. I mean, I stick to the topics I like. And I do like weather topics. That's why I put some out before. But I just never know. I never know what video is going to get watched. So did y'all see that Britain storm one? That looked like a doozy. There's some more on the channel. Maybe I'll do some more. Apparently y'all had a big storm in the 80s, I think. There was even bad. Some earlier than the 60s. There's several on that channel. Was that AI? I couldn't tell. Could y'all tell if you saw that video? Was that AI? I couldn't tell. Usually I try to avoid AI. But when there's an AI with a British accent, I can't always tell if it's AI or not. That video's getting a lot of watches, and it piqued my interest about that storm. And I looked up a lot of information. So I thought I'd talk about it today a little more detailed. And then it just so happens y'all got snow yesterday. So, a timely topic. That storm looked crazy in 1963. And it changed things for y'all. At least that's as I understand it. Central heating came about. More insulated walls in construction. Things like that. A lot of times when disasters happen, it does make things better in the end, right? That looked crazy. So, cold there today, but better than 1963, right? That's crazy. Huh. Okay, so, yeah, that video came out. Stace came out. Not getting a lot of views. I didn't know how Stace would do, but gorgeous. Really, really nice. Stace looks really nice. And later today, I decided to change up the timing, but for the regular channel, I'm going to try putting some out. I've been putting them all out on the regular channel in the mornings, but I'm going to start putting one out in the morning, one out in the afternoon. So they got, it's not even out now, but it'll come out this afternoon. This UK Culture Shocks. Y'all have already seen it, or there you have it. So you're still living in a house without central heating in the early 70s, right? Luckily that changed though, huh? I guess slowly. I was wondering, that storm was crazy. People had to cooperate for just being kept alive, and with help with the RAF. I know. It was good the way y'all stuck together though. That's the way it's gotta be, right? That British spirit. You're meeting someone at a pub tomorrow, so you'll miss the live stream? But well, that's okay, Terry. I don't worry like, oh no, y'all missed the live stream. That's good, Terry. Meet someone at a pub. That sounds fun. I wish I could join you. It's not that ghost lady, is it? Maybe it is. I mean, a ghost girlfriend, especially if you can't talk. No offense, Sue. No offense, Sue. A girlfriend that can't talk, that might be all right. But yeah, good luck. Have fun, Terry. Uh, so, and y'all got that RNLI members only. That's a good video, huh? See, I like it. I mean, that video probably would do good on the regular channel, but I like to have good videos on the members only channel. So hopefully people will be like, oh, I'm gonna go see that video. That RNLI video. That was good, huh? I liked it. I liked it a lot. And today after the live stream, y'all give Peak District the reality of living in England and Clevedon Beach. Terry. Clevedon Beach. I'll release it first, right after the live stream. Because I know Terry probably wants to see that. Yeah, Ben, that RNLI video is good. You know, I posted in the community. It's up now on the members only channel. I thought I might bring some people over. Because it's good. It's good. I bet it'd do good on the regular channel, but I'd like for y'all to have exclusive good videos that hopefully will bring people to the members only channel. But yeah, the Clevedon Beach, I've seen Clevedon Beach, but I did see another video when I was looking for videos. Yeah, Sue, the RNLI, great respect. Y'all are saying not funded volunteers. And talented. Did y'all see that guy throw that line? If you watch the video, the two ships were like, oh, that's dangerous on seas like that. You can't get too close together. And can't get them too close together. And that guy threw that line first try over to the other boat. That's talent. You don't just, that's talent. That is some talent. So pretty good. Would I volunteer, Genghis? When I was younger, 100%. 100%. Not in the best shape I used to be. A lot of physical labor throughout my life. And now I got bad knees, arms, elbows, backs. I don't think I'd probably be more of a risk out there than a help. when I was younger, in a heartbeat, Genghis. Although I do get motion sick. I get seasick. So maybe not, maybe it wouldn't be a good choice, but Ben just said it too, you'd be seasick. So I just get in the way. I probably would too, to be honest, Ben. And you got the spirit when I was a young man. I had the spirit to be like, yes. But I'd probably just be thrown up over the side of the boat, like Ben. So, anyway, the Cleveland one, oh, Terry says you will definitely watch the Cleveland beach reaction, yeah. I saw another one that might show more of Cleveland. And so that goes for all of your areas. Sue Barnsley's going to come out soon. It's a walking tour, not narrated. But I'll probably do a second reaction. I already did for in Choppy. I already got 2 Whitehaven. Genghis, I know I'm doing more Cambridge. And yeah, I'll probably do maybe a second look at Barnsley, a second look at Cleveland in the future. And I'll just let those take y'all by surprise one day. You'll be like, oh, there's another one. Genghis, you think at the beginning might be a bit of a numpty. I mean, I do got good hand-eye coordination skills and good balance. But I'd probably just be sick. I can juggle. I'm like very good at juggling. I used to juggle as a kid all the time. So I got good hand-eye coordination. I think they need that. I got good balance. But I'd just be getting sick. Genghis, you think you'd be a bit of a numpty out there? They probably don't need that. I wonder, who are they that aren't it? Like, they're obviously seamen. Are they fishermen? Are they boat captains? I wonder what they are in life. These folks probably grew up on the sea, Genghis. You're an inlander. You're not even on the coast. You grew up in London. Sorry. But yeah, so look for more reactions. You know, if any of y'all are like, oh, that's not a good video for that I did for y'all, just know I'll get another one out for you. I'd like to see more of Cleveland than just the beach. Yeah, the motion sickness, Genghis says, I would get sick. I would for sure get sick. I've been out on boats into the Gulf of Mexico fishing, and I always get sick. Usually I like to just go ahead and be sick and get it over with, or else it just stays the whole time. That's no fun. You pay for a charter to go out fishing, and then you're sick the whole time. You're like, that sucks. I couldn't even fish. And you just want it to be over. Something you paid for, like, oh my gosh, when is this 4-hour charter gonna go back to land? So yeah, I wouldn't be good at it. But it does sound exciting. Anyway, it's a good video. And yeah, a lot of times I pick videos based like Terry, the Cleveland Beach one says, it's got a catchy thumbnail. Most underrated beach or something. That's why I picked that video. I was like, oh, well, that sounds like it's really making Cleveland Beach look good. Your neighbor Terry's from Ohio. You can get yourself a full English breakfast beforehand. No, that's probably not a good idea. Although, if I've eaten, usually I get less motion sick. If I'm on an empty stomach, I tend to get motion sick easier. They do loads of training soon. It says anyone can join. Lots of different people, all sorts. Well, man, again, just hats off to them. Those are heroes. Genghis got American neighbor as well. Do y'all keep a close eye on those American neighbors? I would. I don't know. Can you trust them? I was talking about yesterday, if we were all in a scary horror movie, who the killer would be. I mean, it'd probably be the American. It'd probably be me, right? In a movie with a bunch of Brits and one American in a horror movie. Probably be me. Got to keep an eye on them Americans. Or it'd really be, I mean, there'd be the red herring. At first, we'd all think it was the merry prankster Ben in the movie. And then, but then they'd say, oh, but look at the American. And I'd be the red herring. Everyone would be like, oh, yeah, it is the American. That makes sense. But bam, no, it's really Ben after all. The really friendly dingus. I'm just kidding. We all know if we were in a horror movie together, we all know it's Genghis. He grew up on the hard streets of London. Well, the surprise would be if it were Sue. No one would suspect. Sue. And Terry, I just think you're so likable. You no one's gonna. It just would never be Terry. I don't know. I don't know why. I wrote a whole movie script yesterday during the night, didn't I? Texas Chainsaw, right? See, it's the Texan. Y'all be searching my baggage for a chainsaw. Did he bring a chainsaw? We can't trust him. That again, we talked about that before. A Texas Chainsaw Massacre is based on that true story. It's about an hour and a half away from me. There's a sign on the highway. It's like, here's where it was. It's so weird. You like that movie, Terry? Which one do you like? The original? You ever see like they did a remake at one point? I think it's got Renee Zellweger and Matthew McConaughey. I think when they were young. Renee Zellweger, who plays Bridget Jones in the Bridget Jones Diary movies. She's from Texas. The original's the best, yeah. And of course, y'all know Matthew McConaughey is a proud Texan. Anyway, I should get started about what I'm talking about. Because I do want to talk about, oh man, Britain Storm in 1963. But a couple things I wanted to just brainstorm with y'all, because where I'm at now is, I'm about to go back to work, and I'm about a week ahead on recording videos, because I have to get way ahead so I can I'll work for like a month straight, something like that. And so I need to be way ahead. So I'm at the point now where I need to come up with some new ideas to record to keep myself ahead. And so yesterday, I mean, y'all were so correct in Jam Roly Poly when I was like, I don't want to make Jam Roly Poly. And then I put up in the polls, and y'all were right. So I want to brainstorm a couple ideas on where I should take my channel next. If y'all don't mind giving me some input, and then we'll talk about that storm from 1963. But some things I'm looking at, obviously you've seen some come out, reactions to castles, abbeys, cathedrals, festivals. So you mentioned the Fringe Fest one before, and I put that out. Museums. What are the ones I've missed? Okay, so I know I haven't done Salisbury Cathedral yet. Canterbury's about to come out. What are the big cathedrals that I should do first? Y'all have any ideas on that? I mean, there's a lot, but I don't know where to go next. I'm thinking Salisbury I haven't done. I've done Ely Cathedral. I just put out, also I did Westminster Abbey. Canterbury's coming out. What are the big castles, abbeys, cathedrals that I shouldn't miss? And another question I want to ask you. I saw this video about Hampton Court Palace. Rude place names in Britain. Terry, I have that video coming up. I found a video about rude place names in Britain, and I have it. I have it tentatively written down for Saturday. I did do Windsor Castle, Ben, but he didn't get a good look inside. So I should probably do Windsor Castle. What about Balmoral? Would that be good too? It was the Queen's favorite, she said. Okay, Genghis, I've heard that before. The word you just put up, which I have no idea how to pronounce, is that a cathedral? Blenheim Palace. Okay, I've seen that, Sue. I've seen, like, videos about it that I thought, should I do that? It says Balmoral. So is that a castle, Genghis, in Wales? Or is that a cathedral or an abbey? I think Balmoral would be good, huh? What about this place, Hampton Court Palace? What is that? I saw a few videos that were, I didn't watch them, but is that a big deal? Hampton Court Palace? Aberystwyth. Oh, is that how you say it, Ben? Aberystwyth? Aberystwyth? Pub food, Terry? Okay, I could do that. That's a good idea. Blenheim. Is that how you say Blenheim? Sue, where is that? I mean, you know. I've seen videos of it. I don't know anything about it. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Which one of these are good? And what is this Hampton Court Palace? I saw a video that was like a bunch, like 1 million views or something. I was like, what is that? It's a great hiking place and beaches with sand dunes and donk. Okay, so that's a place, it's not one of these cathedrals or anything. Okay, I can check. I do want to do some more about Wales. I usually don't talk a lot about Wales and Scotland to you in the last because you're not from there. But any place in Wales or Scotland, or Northern Ireland for that matter, if you got ideas about those, I'll look that up, Genghis. Yeah, no one's telling me. So is Hampton Court Palace not a big deal? I don't know. Of course, I'll do more national parks. What about monuments, holiday destinations? I'm looking at those too, if y'all have any ideas. Hampton Court Palace, who says Henry VIII and William and Mary. So maybe that is something I should do. I just never even heard of it. But like I say, I saw this video. It has like 1 million something views. I was like, wow. Must be cool. Must be cool. I mean, things like the white horses. Hampton Court Flower Show is magnificent. Okay. Things like the white horses or anything along those lines. I mean, I'm going to do some about different white horses. I've already done one. Is there other things similar that maybe I should look at? I mean, I'm definitely going to do Hadrian's Wall. And I don't know. I don't know where else to go. I mean, some counties I haven't looked at hard, like Norfolk and Suffolk. What should I look at in those? You were just there, Sue. What should I look at up there in Suffolk? Because I'm going to start doing those two, Norfolk and Suffolk, I think. But I don't know really where to go. I think Wiltshire I should look at a little bit more. Obviously Cumbria. I don't know about Kent or Hampshire. I mean, y'all got a bunch of counties I haven't looked at at all. What's the deal with Lincolnshire? Why is it named that? Is there a famous Lincoln at some point in the history? The Giant's Causeway seems really cool. Yeah, I've seen it a little bit, Genghis, but could look at that more. Yeah, Dorset is lovely. Now, Dorset and Cornwall and Devon are kind of coming out already soon. I've got a few of those uh, that will come out next week. Dorset, though, huh? Yeah, I got a few ideas about Dorset. I do have Salcombe, Devon coming out next week. That'll be one of your members only. And was it Ilfracombe? There's another one I've got tentatively scheduled in Devon. Polperro in Cornwall. There's one that I've got, tentatively scheduled for next week. I'm thinking about doing. Sometimes I change my mind. So a few Cornwall and Devon, and I've been looking at Dorset, but I want to move, once I get past those, I'm thinking about Cumbria, Wiltshire, Norfolk, Suffolk, kind of looking in those areas if you have any ideas about those areas. Gloucester, maybe Lancashire, I don't know. Cheshire, I don't know. Are these British inventions normally does fairly good? I have seen some of those in the past, Ben, and sometimes they're questionable. I'm not gonna lie. The cottages in Dorset are really beautiful. Okay, I'll check that out. Yeah, the things with the inventions ones is y'all invented a bunch. Y'all invented a bunch of stuff. But sometimes those videos lean your way, and there's other countries that maybe, when is something invented? Okay, is the question. Is it invented the first time it works briefly? Is it invented when it becomes usable and somebody tweaks the original one and makes it where, okay, now it really actually works? Or so, when is an invention invented? I mean, sometimes it's like, okay, somebody invented the wheel. Did they get credit for the car? Sometimes those videos are like that, where they're like, oh, this guy, he invented this, but it didn't really work. And then somebody later made it actually work well. So who invented it? That's why I think I will do British inventions, but I don't like a video that forces me. If y'all saw that USA UK education video, I agree that, and I even looked it up. Actually, when I looked it up, it said that our two systems have about the same outcome. But if anything, and I looked up a few articles, if anything, it leans that your education system is better than ours, but not by much. That's what the unbiased articles I read. And so, yeah, I've been saying it's a bit controversial. So I didn't like watching that video where it forces me. I said, yes, it sounds like yours is better. But that video was very salacious. She made outright bold-faced lies. She said that some schools in the U.S. are teaching that the gas stove is God's way. No, they're not. No one's teaching that. She showed a 1970s U.S. school book. Why are we talking about 50 years ago? She didn't talk about anything 50 years ago in the British education system. Can you say you think who patented it first? Well, different countries have different patents, but yeah. I just don't like videos that force me. So not very many people watch that UK education video, but a few people did and commented that they didn't like my pushback. Well, she was lying. And so I don't like a video that forces me to say like, oh yeah. I feel like the viewers want me to be like, yeah, our system sucks. It doesn't suck. Yours is probably better. But yeah, I didn't like the way she was salacious, Genghis. She made bold-faced lies. She said some schools in the U.S. spend half their year drilling for school shooters. That's a lie. Yeah, she was, what she was doing is what I don't like to do, and that's the thing with inventions videos. She was just catering to what her audience wanted to hear to get clicks. She didn't mind uh, saying things that she knew was not true. She knew what she was doing. And she catered to the ears of her audience. And I don't want to do that. And so things like those invention videos put me in a position where if I don't agree 100% with what's being said, people don't like it. And there might be a few where I'm like, I don't know if that's 100% true. That, yeah, maybe maybe in that certain case, you invented it, it didn't work, and then some other country made it work. Yeah, she was being sensationalist, Kings. But see, I do agree that you guys invented a bunch of stuff. You did. And I do agree that it looks like your system in the education is better than ours. So it puts me in a weird position where I do agree, and then, but some things I'm like, well, that's not true. And I feel weird if I don't say, well, that's not true. Then I feel like I'm just being sensationalist. And I don't like doing that. But I probably will do some invention ones. Yeah, if you have a good one, Ben, that's. I do know y'all invented so much stuff. You kind of lead, especially for the size of your country. It's crazy how much y'all invented. That is true. It's crazy how much y'all invented. Some of them, some of those videos aren't so accurate. Like I said, you can't credit the guy with inventing the car for also inventing the wheel. Some of those videos kind of do that, or they credit you for inventing something that didn't work. Then I feel weird, like, what am I going to say now? uh, God, I'm taking too long. Okay, so let me just sum this up real quick. I had more questions to ask y'all, but if you have any ideas about some of those things I mentioned, areas I want to go, festivals, castles, abbeys, cathedrals, museums, if you think of them later, put it in the comments of the replay. White horses, monuments. Uh, what about Washington, Old Hall, Washington? What about where he's from? More national parks. I'll give you a brief rundown of what I think I'm going to do. Starting on Friday, the British Museum, I think, Salisbury Cathedral, rude British words, or words that aren't rude in the U.S., that are rude in Britain. That video I'm going to do. Because what if I accidentally say something like I just called it a fanny pack once, and you're like, oh. So there's a video out about that. A fishing video, I think, is going to come out too on Saturday. I'm looking at Stonehenge. I'm looking at Bernard next week. Ilfracombe. Like Terry said, 26 strange British village names. Yeah, museums. I'm going to do the British Museum on Friday, I think. Polperro, Cornwall, a video about Banksy. A video about iconic British 70s TV series. Exeter's coming up. The Eden Project, y'all mentioned that to me before in Cornwall. Gonna do that. Another one about London for book lovers. Probably won't do very good, but I'm interested. Pembrokeshire. Here's a video I found called How to Complain Like a Brit. I thought that might be interesting. And I found one about haunted train stations. Ooh, train stations that are haunted. What are they doing? Those ghosts are trying to go somewhere. saying Genghis is talking about something Sue said. There's an Aussie who does one that's not too biased. Okay. He says, what have those bastard Brits ever done for the world? Genghis says, UK comedy. I love our panel shows. Okay. So now that might be good. So I am going to look at more like British TV, and I'm going to keep them in the members only area, like music, and try to draw some people over to the members only area because the TV ones and music ones are there. And it doesn't hurt me if they get copyrighted, to be honest, because I'm not making any money on the outside of you pay to be, but you know, I'm not getting, YouTube's not really paying me for those members only videos because there's not enough people watch them. There's only a few of you members. So I don't really care if they get copyrighted. So panel shows. Okay, so that's the last thing I was going to ask you. What do y'all want more on your members only? TV? You want more TV? You want more music? You want more spooky? You want more fishing? You want more literature, history, sports, weather? What do y'all want more in the members only? Because those are going to stay. All those ones I just read, spooky, fishy, fishing, history, literature, music, sports, TV, quizzes, weather, mostly will go towards the members only. So if there's something you like and you want me to go more that way, let me know. Sounds like British TV. I do have one already I'm thinking about, but I can look up some panel shows and watch them for the members only if you want. TV, okay, so I'll start doing some more TV for members only and maybe promote it and get some people to come over and join the members only. I think you mentioned Polly Parton a few times, Genghis. I'll look that up. I'll put that in the members only. And if there's certain channels you like, I like fishing, Ben. I got one already planned I want to watch. I love fishing, Ben. You know that. I love fishing. I already got one picked out for Saturday. It'll be in the members only. It looks real good. He's doing some lake fishing, it looks like. Not on the sea. It's freshwater fishing. But I think only Ben and I like those. So I won't do too many fishing. I think it says OF. 8 out of 10 cats with Jimmy Carr. Okay. Father Ted, very funny. Okay, these are good. Thank y'all. That's what I want to know. What TV show should I look for? I've seen Jimmy Carr. Jimmy Carr's pretty famous in the U.S. Still Game is funny. Father Ted, very funny. Did y'all know Jimmy Carr is big in the U.S.? He is pretty big in the U.S. too. He's probably bigger there. But Jimmy Carr's on our talk shows. He's on our podcasts. He's on our... I see Jimmy Carr all the time. He tours here. He's pretty funny. Y'all like Jimmy Carr? But yeah, fishing I'm going to do because I like it then. Okay. Gosh, I've talked so long about brainstorming, but I am going to get to the storm. That's all I wanted to say, basically. And also, video reaction request. Oh yeah, Genghis, he's done shows in the U.S. Jimmy Carr's on our television. I think he's pretty well known by the average American. Yeah, if just, you want a video reaction request, you get them free. Terry sent me a few. Don't be shy. If there's a video you want me to react to, email it to me. Let's talk about this storm, man. I found this website. When I do research for live stream like this, I don't just pull up Wikipedia. Like I try to find something that's good. And I found something that's good about this big freeze of 1962. This is from a website. Black Books is cool. Is that a TV show? Father Ted is on YouTube, so it would be okay to react to. I mean, that doesn't mean that it won't get copyrighted, Terry. Just because it's on YouTube. It's going to get copied. If it's TV related it's going to get copyrighted. I know sometimes you're like, oh, I see other reactors react to it. That also doesn't mean it's not copyrighted. It's going to get copyrighted. Every single TV and music and commercial video I've ever reacted to all got copyrighted. They get copyrighted. But I don't care. If it's on members only, it doesn't really matter. At least right now. It might someday if we get 1,000 members in here. But this website's called Bedford Archive. Is that how you say it? And it talks about the big freeze. And yeah, this whole thing interests me. I think it's pretty crazy. It says 60 years on and we review the big freeze. The winter to end all winters, and the worst winter for 200 years. A wintry outbreak brought snow to the country on the 12th to 13th of December, and a cold in 1962. And a cold easterly set in on December 22nd. As an anticyclone formed over Scandinavia, drawing cold continental winds from Russia. Throughout the Christmas period, the Scandinavian high collapsed, but a new high formed near Iceland, bringing northerly winds. Significant snowfall occurred as the air mass moved south. In parts of southern England, had heavy snow late on December 26 and 27. The cold air became firmly established. On the 29th and 30th of December 1962, a blizzard swept across southwest England and Wales, with snow drifting more than 20 feet in some places. Driven by gale force easterly winds, the snow stranded villagers and brought down power lines with near freezing temperatures, meaning that the snow cover lasted months in some areas. This talks about a lot about North Devon as well. Is that where Bedford is? That's why. I think this whole thing talks a lot about Bedford because that's the name of the website. Okay. Yeah, getting us his name in some more TV shows. I appreciate that. I will look back and see exactly. So those are good ideas. But so yeah, I guess this is more talking about Devon, but it's talking about everything that happened. Yeah, Sue, you mentioned in the comments you were a bridesmaid for a wedding just after Christmas '62, and you froze your feet off. Well, that's a nice way to put it. Your feet? Oh, maybe your feet were cold. It was freezing, huh? So, January 4th, 1963, milk supplied by the dairies had been flown by the rescue helicopters of RAF to snowbound areas adjacent to the dairy company's premises proved a convenient landing ground. There's a picture of it. It's real grainy, so I'm not going to show you, but there's a picture of them landing that helicopter to make dairy deliveries. Crazy. That was on January 4th, so that was still kind of the beginning of it. This thing lasted for months. Also, this talks a lot about football matches that couldn't be played. People were heartbroken. What? Can't play football? This has a bunch of old clippings from newspapers. I just think that's cool when you can see, like, wow. So the newspaper was all putting out articles, not about the weather, but about, oh my gosh, we can't play football. Hey, Nicola. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you. Just joined. I saw you the other day, too. Say hello. I like that. Nicola, just, hello. I'll just reply back, hello. So the snow was so bad, you couldn't play football. I just wanted to read some more about what the RAF did, because I saw that in here. But the RAF flew in, like, apparently milk and hay and all kinds of stuff because there was no way to get around. It says ice flows on the Torridge, which I guess is a river there in, where is that at? Froze over. The Thames froze. Uh, and then this also talks about, yeah, how long this went. Yeah, this is all about Devon, this article, and how it affected Devon there. Uh, Torrington, people were skiing. I see a lot of videos. They had to break up ice uh, along the beach, I guess to get ships in or something. They're out there with like picks trying to break the frozen sea open. You know it's cold when the sea gets frozen. Ben says that was the main problem, no football. What were they going to do? I know there's a bunch of information in here how so many newspaper articles how they couldn't play football. Uh, the schools, this is what's crazy to me. Some of your schools opened during this. Man, if they even think about it being cold here in Texas, that will shut down. Shut the schools down. But y'all, this says a lot of the schools open back up after like a week. Not all of them. What place am I reacting to, Nicola? Right now in the live stream? I'm not. I'm just talking about this British storm. But yeah, the article I got is talking about Dorset. When the 63 storm happened, I've got this article that is talking a lot. It's written about from the Dorset point of view, but it just had so much information on the storm that I thought it was a good website. Most of them close after a sprinkle of snow nowadays, huh? Yeah, I was surprised that they were opening up schools even a weekend when this lasted for like 3 months. There's so much information on this and so many pictures, but I'm trying to scroll down to this part where it talks about, oh, here's an article about cream froze, the market stall. It's like they were saying your milk and your cream and your stuff always freeze. Flooding fears as the river Torridge rises and packed ice frees itself to float out to sea. So they were worried about the flooding. And apparently, according to this, they were worried that another storm was about to hit, but it didn't. After 3 months, they were like, oh no, here comes another one. But it didn't happen. There's so many newspapers, articles I was trying to find. I remember in late December, snow swept into both Devon and Cornwall. Serious events were unfolding across the counties, but it was a school holiday, so every hill and slope was in use. Freezing conditions had made the ground rock hard. Soon the word was that on the Burrows Goosey Pool had frozen over. A group of us headed down from the Northam. We found the pool and the burn was well frozen. There were people skating. Others searched for any bits of stick that could be used for ice hockey. So, I mean, I guess y'all made the good and the bad out of it, huh? I'm sorry, I wanted to talk more about it, but I kind of ran out of time. But it did talk a lot in this article because I looked at it about the way you helped one another and how neighbors came together and did whatever they could, how houses were freezing. They couldn't get coal in to certain places, and then coal became scarce because the suppliers couldn't get it out. And so you helped each other and you got each other through. And that's crazy to me that it lasted for so long, those icy temperatures where the snow couldn't melt. And the RAF is flying in milk, apparently, and flying in, yeah, you're born in 79, Nicola. They're flying in hay for the livestock. But a big part of that, and there were several articles, I just can't read them because I'm out of time. was about how you stuck together and helped one another. And I mean, what else could you do, right? And then I guess, like we said before, it helped change things and brought on central heat and air, because back then it was just one cold. I can't even imagine. I mean, I can. I've been in some cold situations. I've been in some cold situations. But only having like one coal burning fire in your house in one room, and they weren't insulated very well. It's it's brutal. Like, it's brutal, and you can be like, oh, let me make it through this day, but then it lasts for 3 months. Those icy cold conditions, no good. Like you just want it to end. You want it to end. But yeah, a lot of articles been about how much neighbors helped neighbors. Yeah, I wish there was more of that these days too. The cold conditions, you just want them to end. And when it lasts that long, and you're cold in your house, and you can't get warm, and you probably want to make a big fire, but you're not sure when you're gonna get cold again, so you're not you're not making fires that really will do much, because you're trying to conserve your coal, because it's better than nothing. But crazy, and y'all stuck together. I mean, I said in that video, the my reaction to it, the stiff upper lip. I mean, that's attributed to y'all. You just muddled through. Hiya, Choppy. When the miners were on strike, your dad cut down a tree. This old guy came out and shouted at my dad. Dad shouted back. I have 3 kids and a wife in the house. We're not. Oh, yeah, you didn't know coal. You had to do what you had to do, right? Your dad worked for the coal boards too, so you always had plenty. That's good. But a lot of people didn't. I bet your dad shared. Maybe he shared with the neighbors. That's what they're talking about. Yeah, coal, Choppy. I knew what you meant. Uh, yeah, y'all stuck together. Y'all helped out neighbors helping neighbors, and you got through it, and things changed eventually. But and a lot of you were young or not born yet, but maybe you've heard of it from the old timers. And yeah, I wish we stuck together like that now. Maybe, but you probably do. A lot of those folks just come through World War II, which was also just a tough time. And so they were already hardened, and they already knew how to stick together, through the bombings and the air raids of World War II. And so they were a different breed already. And then they suffered this in 62, and they probably were just some tough folk. But I bet you if something similar happened now, because we have it in the U.S., as you know, we are often divided amongst each other in what we think. But if a disaster happens, we often settle our differences and stand side by side. You do too. Yeah, I'm sure. If y'all suffered that fate today, still, y'all neighbors would help neighbors. You would, I think. I'm sure. That's just that's how y'all are. But pretty amazing, eye-opening story about the storm. Started late 62 and lasted into 63. In a cul-de-sac, Chuck, where you live, there's a good community. There's a good community on my street too. We all know each other. We all look out for each other. I know my neighbors. It's really good. Anybody ever fallen into cold water? Or maybe take an ice plunge on purpose? So your oven was heated by the fire in the dining room. That's interesting. Your oven was heated that way. That's pretty cool. For a lot of people's, or is it just yours? uh, I grew up camping in the winter with my brothers. My brothers were big hunters. My brothers like to hunt. My older brothers, they brought me up that way, and going after game in the winter. And I've done a lot, even up north. I've fallen through ice 3 times in my life. It is cold. It is shocking. It is cold. Not good. Not good at all. Just falling right through ice. A couple of times into lakes, once into a river. Should have known better. That river wasn't solid. I shouldn't have been out on that ice. Littleport is a fantastic community, but certain twitchers, but I love it. I always want to know what's going on. Oh yeah, tweakers maybe. Twitchers. Hey, what up? Off the topic of weather, real quick before I sign out. I keep hearing a lot about Beamish. Keep seeing a lot of videos pop up. What's the deal with Beamish? Should I react to Beamish? I'm guessing Littleport is where Genghis lives in Cambridge. Choppy's asking, Genghis, where's Littleport? I feel like Beamish is something I should do, but I don't know anything about it. And Ben says, no way, you couldn't even have a cold shower. I mean, twice I fell into lakes I had on full waders. Like fishing waders, chest waders. You know, those are right, Ben. And then you fall into water with waders on. Guess what? You're not getting out of that water until you get those waders off. Even when you climb out on the shore, you're still in the water because the water goes inside the waders. It's in East Cambridge. You'd always take extra care near water. Well, I mean, I could explain what happened to me. The dumbest thing, the one that was dumb and my fault, was I tried to inch my way out onto a partially frozen river. That was the worst thing that happened to me because I couldn't touch bottom when I fell in. And it was a steep bank and I couldn't climb out very easy. And that was dumb. The other 2 times it wasn't so dumb, it was just flukes that I fell in. But the one time on the river, that was stupid. I shouldn't have been doing that. You waited in a few lakes when they were filled up there, so yeah, right. You get water in your waders. It sucks. Yeah, some people skid their cars on frozen lakes, huh? Okay, I was waiting for this. Sue says, Beamish is cool. It has streets transplanted from the old days. Old buses. Oh, okay. So the city. Choppy, you went to Beamish? It was set in 1930. Okay, so that's like we have that place too. We have a city like that in the east. Now I'm blanking on it. Okay, so the city is like a preserved, like the city is a museum? Almost. We do have a couple places like that. Colonial Williamsburg in the U.S., the whole city is like it's colonial times still. Beamish is cool and they're still, okay. You've not seen Beamish before? Ben? Sounds cool. Your sister Nan thought a bull was pregnant. Yeah, bulls don't get pregnant. Choppy. Okay, so see, I just keep seeing YouTube will request, recommend videos, and Beamish pops up. I've seen a few people mention it in the comments, but see, I don't like to watch the videos because I like to blind react. So I'm like, what is this Beamish. I keep seeing. Okay, I'm going to end on one more thought. I watched that Coast to Coast walk with Liam Brown. It's coming out pretty soon. And man, I want to do that. It's making me rethink everything about my travel plans. I want to do that Coast to Coast walk. Any of y'all done it? It looks so good. It goes from St. Bees to Robin Hood's Bay. It crosses the Peak District, or the Lake District. I think the Dales and the Yorkshire Moors. What is the Mallard, Dingus? Is that a TV show? Yeah, Ben, if I come there, see, it took that young guy 7 days. I bet it would take me more. Well, Terry, you could lose weight walking. Man, Ben, would you do it with me if I come? And do that? I would have to change all my plans. If it took 7 to 10 days, that's a big chunk of time. But man, I kind of want to do it. I've done stuff like that before. You know, Fitness Alexander, Ben. And I know what it's like. It's hard. It's rewarding. You love it. You hate it. That kind of experience, I love that. Even on the days where I'm like, why am I doing this? I hate this. It's raining. It won't stop. What was I thinking? I'm an idiot. You do feel that way in the middle of adventures like that. I know, Genghis, my time schedule, it'd take away from doing a lot of stuff, but if I could say that I walked across a whole country, I want to do it. I was thinking about doing a little bit of hiking when I was there, a little bit of cycling, not 7+ days of it, but man, I watched that video. Choppy is 187 miles, I think. But yeah, it's right about 190 miles. I'm really thinking about doing it. Could we fish along the way, Ben, if we carried some little poles, you know, some collapsible ones? Because he stayed beside some lakes. Is it good fishing in those lakes in the Lake District? Hike all day, fish for our food. I don't know, man. I am thinking hard about it. I watched that video, and you can see when it comes out. I don't know, whenever it comes out soon, the next few days, you'll see me. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I want to do this. I want to do that so bad. It almost jumped to the top of my list. It's a 30-minute video. I don't know if anyone will watch it. Okay, I need to go for y'all. I've been here for, it looks like, an hour and 8 minutes. I will release the Peak District right after this live stream, the reality of living in England to you, and the Clear Beach video. And I'm trying to see when Coast to Coast Walk comes out on Wednesday. Yeah, I want to do it so bad. And Terry, I mean, you need to lose 14 pounds, 186. You could do it. You can walk. Just might take you longer. Oh, stones. I didn't know what stones was. Or I didn't recognize the ST abbreviation of stones. I do know what stones are. A stone is like 14 pounds. Is that right? What does a stone translate to? Somewhere around in there, 12, 14 pounds. 14 pounds. Look at that. I knew it. I did know it, Terry. Is that right? You're 32 stones. Used to weigh 45 stones. He's down to 18 stones. Wow, that was a big, big loss, huh, Genghis? From 45 stone down to 18. You could do it. Linton and Lynmouth, Nicola, what are those places I could react to? I'm going to have Devon, Dorset, Cornwall reactions come out more and more. Are those places? Where are those? Linton and Lynmouth. Oh, Terry says, no, Nicola says that. It's over 400 pounds. Wow. Somebody lost a lot of weight. Anyway, yeah, I want to do it so bad. Devon, okay, I'll look those up, Nicola. I am looking for stuff to do in Devon. I may do a live stream about Devon, where we talk about Devon. You think you can join tomorrow, Nicola? If you want, if you're going to be in the live stream tomorrow, I'll do Let's Talk About Devon, because I do need to do some research on it. I mean, you can watch back in the replay if you're not able to join tomorrow. But I think I'm going to do Let's Talk About Devon tomorrow. It'll be the same time as this one. What is it, about 1 o'clock your time? No. I start at 8. 2 o'clock your time. Yeah, I'll probably do Let's Talk About Devon tomorrow on the live stream, and research some places about Devon that I could react to. And if you missed it, Nicola, just watch it in the replay. No big deal. All right, y'all, that was fun. I know I talked a lot about brainstorming ideas today. We talked a lot about the RNLI as well, because that's a cool topic. And we talked a little bit about the British Storm. Devon cream is delicious, Genghis says. Famous for your Devon cream. When I look up Devon tomorrow, of course, one thing I'll look up is foods in Devon. So yeah. All right, tomorrow's live stream will be Let's Talk About Devon, where I look at Devon on a map. I look at the highlights of Devon, look at the cities of Devon, look at the foods of Devon, and I like to see if y'all got a flag, because I like flags. But this has been fun. Cheers to you, Genghis. Cheers to everyone. Nicola Choppy, Terry Ben. Terry, yeah, you lose that weight and we'll all go together on that one. Choppy Ben, Terry, Sue, Genghis, everybody that's here. Nicola. Is your name Russian? Nicola. It's good to see you all. It's fun to chat with you. And, I'm getting to a point where I either need to decide whether I'm going to schedule my trip, a short trip, maybe only 2 weeks this summer, or if I hold out and try to find somebody that will pay me to write while I'm there and do a longer trip next summer. So I'm kind of at the point where I got to decide one way or the other. I want a longer trip, but I might have to do a 2-week trip, and then it'd be this summer. So Terry, start losing weight. You and Ben, whoever else wants to go, maybe do that coast to coast walk, but see if I only come for 2 weeks, it's half my time. And I'd have to come back, which I will do. But I haven't decided yet if my trip will either be this summer or next summer. A shorter trip this summer or maybe a longer one next summer. So, yeah, again, always enjoyable for me, the live streams. Tomorrow, let's talk about Devon. Y'all have a great day. Wayne from Dallas, Texas. Signing out.